Welcome, Chris. Kimball,
Pleasure being here, Maggie.
our favorite bow-tied chef from America's Test Kitchen, and of course the suspenders. Yes, yes. He's got a new book, Best Grilling Recipes, and he's here to share some of his secrets with us. How you doing?
Good. Let's start with the actual meat we're cooking. Okay.
We always like to start with the meat.
That's a good place to start. Yes.
That's our general rule.
That's right.
So, okay, let's start with it. This is beef, obviously.
Texans love their beef
Yeah,
rib,
and
right?
the problem is if you get this kind of cut, the ribs are too long and they're hard to fit on the grill.
Right.
So if you're going to buy beef ribs for cooking, as you would in Texas, you want a smaller cut. Okay. And you want to find one with as much. These have a lot of meat, you can see.
Yeah.
So you want as much meat as possible. It depends where the ribs come from on the animal. Some have more meat, less. So these are pork ribs. Now these are spare ribs, which come essentially from the belly, and this is a full cut. Okay. This full cut is obviously too big. You're smiling.
I want that whole thing.
She wants the whole thing. Okay, forget the little cut. So what you really want is the St. Louis cut, which is this.
St. Louis cut.
St. Louis cut, and that's trimmed. It's this, but it's trimmed down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's easier to cook, and there's more meat. You don't have extra bone and everything.
So St. Louis ribs are trimmed down.
That's
spare
baby
ribs.
back, and that comes from the back of the pig. And the baby's just a marketing term. It doesn't mean anything.
It's not a baby.
If things sounds cute,
pig.
they sell more. No, it's not a baby pig. It's just.
But they're smaller.
They are a little smaller because they're coming off the
manageable.
top.
Yes.
And they also don't have quite as much fat. They come from the same place a loin pork chop would come from.
All right. So the first thing we want to do, I know a lot of people who boil their ribs.
Well, let's go to the grill here. So these are the Texas ribs, and what you got to do with ribs is you need some moist heat. And if you cook them entirely on the grill, it's going to take a long time. So we started these actually in the oven over water. Okay.
Over water.
Yeah, over water.
Okay,
you don't actually boil them.
That makes serious
You steam
sense.
them.
Well, and that also, the steam, the moist heat, breaks down some of that collagen and the fat in the ribs. So then you just finish them essentially on the grill, like that. And we have a foil packet. The other thing you want to do is indirect heat. Coals on this side, meat on this side.
Oh.
Foil packet, you soak them, put them in foil, holes on the top.
You did not put them directly on top of the coals and the foil. Now we have to
you're going to eat it. I want to see you on live television eat messy
Oh, darling,
ribs.
that's nothing.
Oh, you're there?
Please.
That's not a problem.
Is that
Which
all?
ones are the beef ones?
Texas, beef ribs.
Yeah.
Now, these are started by steaming them.
Right.
Finish them on the grill. Now, these are going to be chewier because Texas ribs are not. Look at that. Man, there's no fear there. They're going to be a little chewier than a pork rib.
That's seriously good.
Yeah, that's really good. So now we move on to Memphis style ribs. Now these all have spice rubs. This has a mopping sauce which has some cider and some vinegar, which is right there. And as you're cooking it, you mop it. And at the end, you finish it with a little more spice rub and over the coals another minute.
There you go.
All right.
5 seconds.
Kansas City, last hour, slather with some sauce, put it in foil, finish it up. And finally, these are the baby back Chicago style ribs.
Beautifully done.